The film will start very soon in a few minutes, and I'll leave you to fill in the partition for now. Thank you.
I don't have a sense of fear, especially if I know I'm doing the right thing.
I will have to fight to the last day.
Personally, I consider this a documentary film to be a very compelling one, because through the journey of Jimmy Lai's persistent struggle to fight for freedom in Hong Kong, the documentary film has actually reflected all the political changes in this free city. We have seen Jimmy Lai's determination and resilience in defending freedom in Hong Kong. He has chosen principles over money in time of tremendous challenges. I think in this movie, I can tell that Jimmy's journey is also the journey of many Hong Kongers. It is particularly heartwarming and encouraging to see the younger generation to take ownership of this free city and to fight collectively to defend its core values under the national security law.
It's important for people to understand the mechanics of the Chinese communist system and how that leads to foreign interference. So the way that China is governed is that you have facially independent institutions, mayors, private companies, religious organizations, and so forth. But the Communist Party seeks to infiltrate and control behind the scenes all of those institutions. Everybody here knows this, but you know it's just important to say, because that same toolkit is then extended beyond China's borders, right? The Communist Party seeks to infiltrate and control other institutions that are outside of China in the same way. And you know, there's the famous book Silent Invasion, written in the context of Australia, is I think the best sort of picture of it, kind of silent invasion, an effort to infiltrate and control various institutions, capture elites, and use intimidation. And of course, I mean, in the case of Hong Kong, there are more tools to do that, obviously because of their control of it. And so I think the lesson we can learn here from Hong Kong, well, not to take our freedoms for granted, and also to recognize the way that behind the scenes control of institutions seeks to shape and direct our national life now. And we're seeing it in Canada.
So this is the tactic that the Hong Kong government is using. They are on this blitz of trying to tell stories of this fake, stability. Actually, when Simon was mentioning, you were mentioning about the recent, the Rugby 7 and the financial summit. It reminded me of those North Korea tour trips that they used to take reporters go to, and you can only be in a certain space, in a certain room. They take you to everywhere. You never see anything outside of what they choreograph. I mean, that's basically what they're trying to do. And it's up to us. And so on a fundamental, very basic level, what I'm doing in Europe is I'm telling a story. I'm showing films like this, the Hongkonger and about Jimmy's story, but talking about the real story is really a critical part of the campaign to counter. The second thing that I'm doing in Europe is actually connecting the Ukraine and Russian invasion to the situation in with the PRC and the CCP. My point to all the foreign ministers and ministry staff and parliaments here in Europe has been that the most important deterrent to the PRC aggression towards, for example, Taiwan, is the complete victory of Ukraine. And that's a really important way that you begin to build that connections, because the second, other side of the same coin is, and unfortunately, I have to say that I'm in Germany right now. Germany doesn't seem to be learning the lessons from Russia very well.
And what happened in Hong Kong tells us, first and foremost, there's nowhere that you can hide, you can avoid the Chinese influence. And when China comes to get you, probably it will be too late. A lot of people in Hong Kong had, well, some of them still have this belief that remains useful to China and they will leave you alone and let you have your freedom. And that is not true. What people in Hong Kong asked for was not even something that is unreasonable. Hong Kong people only want to have a right to say no to certain things, not everything. Just think about what happened in the past 3 years, including the COVID thing. And nowadays in Hong Kong, there's no room for you to say no to anything. And this is what you get.
So I'd like to ask Gloria, like you're working on the FIRA bill in Canada here. What's the situation now?
Yeah, the Foreign Influence Registry Act is actually a legislation that requires individuals or entities that are with working relationship with a foreign power to get themselves registered with our government. This is meant to expose malign agents under the sun so that the bureaucrats and elected members understand whom they are dealing with during the policy making process. The FIRA bill, however, is not a bill that will resolve all problems. Just like what Samuel has mentioned just now, it is very important for us to build a political culture in our government, in the business sector, as well as in all aspects of our society, that we need to be alert of foreign influence, foreign interference.
Gave me. I owe freedom my life.
See you again.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Yes.
Thank you.
谢谢。
谢谢. Thank you.